Me Sanjeev, and today I'm going to teach you how to set up the Quarkus distributed key clock using MS SQL. So let's get started. So firstly, just download the zip version of key clock, and for the time being I have done it. So let's extract it, and after you are done, just open the folder, and as you can see there are multiple folders and files. So just go to conf, and as you can see we have a file called keycloak.conf. so it holds all the configuration. So in order to make database connection we need to edit these configurations, and since we are going to use MS SQL, let's type here. So the username would be SA for me, and the password would be the database password that you have set. So for the time being I'm using the Docker version of MS SQL. So let me copy my password and just uncomment and write the URL. So just add database name. So I'm going to create a database called keycloak. So since I'm not using any encryption, let's set it as false. So this would be the configuration that's needed for the database connection. So now let's create the database. So let me execute. So here we have a new database called keycloak, and it doesn't have any table right now, so nothing to worry about, because the keycloak, it's going to generate all the necessary tables for us. So before that, since the latest keycloak doesn't have quite all the support for the SQL servers, we have to add a single line of configuration. So that would be transaction XA enabled false. So the T would be small, and this is it. So this is the configuration that's needed for the keycloak to connect to the database. And before we build our keycloak, we have to create another file. It's related to Quarkus. So the file name would be quarkus.properties. So let's save it to the desktop now for the time being. Since the Quarkus doesn't have all the support to the MS SQL, so we have to add this file and line as well. So let's just drag and drop to the conf folder inside Quarkus. So now let's open up terminal and change the directory to desktop and the path to your keycloak bin. So as you can see, the path right now is to keycloak and inside bin. So let's build. So as you can see, the build process is going on. You can see the build process is complete. So now we can start our keycloak server. So since we are going to start in the development environment, so we have to write start dev and host name strict equals to false. So this will start the server. So as you can see, all the tables that are needed for the keycloak are created. So we do not need to change anything out here. We can see our keycloak has started and the default port is 8080. So let's start, And as you can see, everything is started, and let me put on the password and username. So as you can see, I have successfully logged into the dashboard of keycloak, and if you go to the database and see for a table, you can see your currently created users. You can see the user that you created is here. So thank you guys.